the side. Now, I like to add my green onions at the end. I'm an onion person, so as you can see, I put the onions in my my pesto, red onions, and I'm putting the green ones in. Now, I like to cut these diagonal, and I find that when you cut them diagonal, it gives a chance for the sweetness to come out in the onion, and you get nice big pieces, and they taste really, really good that way. So if you can see, I'm just gonna slice them just diagonally like this instead of taking them straight down. And in baking, when you bake with green onions and you cut them this way, you'll find that the flavor will be there more so than you would have gotten if you would cut them straight down. All right, this is our finished product. This salad has romaine lettuce, it has red cabbage, some already sliced carrots, some cherry tomatoes, green and black olives, and at the top we topped them off with some nice good green onions. And so the next portion of this meal will be some fried garlic bread, which is really easy to do. I mean, you can make it from scratch if you'd like. Just grab you some bread and make your own garlic paste. Just garlic and maybe some, I can't believe it's not butter or canola oil or whatever type of oil, salt and pepper, mix it together, put it on the bread and fry it. So when you come back, the next thing you'll see us do is make the garlic bread, and that will be the end of the dinner portion. And then after that, I'll make the fried bananas. So we're back for the last portion of our meal, which is the garlic bread. Now, the garlic bread is store-bought. It is not homemade, and it is very easy and simple for you to make. It is just you taking the garlic bread and putting it in the pan with some oil. Now, a lot of people like to bake their bread, but I really like mine fried. I think that it gives it that crisp and that crunch, and it allows the garlic on the bread to come out just really flavorful. Now, I suggest that you fry this in olive oil, and the reason why is because I find any type of butter replacement to be really soggy to the bread. And if you use olive oil, it gives it that crunch that you want. And just a little bit, because the bread already has its own on there. So I have to let it warm up for a second because I know it's not warm enough. We want it to go down hot. What I will do is I'll grab a paper towel and get that ready so we can soak off the oil. Still not that hot, but it'll be alright. Just add it. Feel free to put this on a high heat. It's going to take just a couple of seconds to make, probably like a minute or two. It's already starting to heat up. And as you can see, both sides are pretty much like already buttered up. So it already has its own oil, so it's no need to put a lot of oil in the pan. As you're cooking, you know, you're going to want to regulate your temperature up and down just to go ahead and make sure you don't burn it or anything like that. This is really easy and fast, and it would probably be the last thing that you would want to make, because everything else you would just want to go ahead and drop right in, right on a plate, and throw this right on next. So just letting it cook up, get nice and hot. Make sure your oil is all around the pan. As you can see, it's not that much oil in there at all, just a little. But the butter is on both sides of the pan, so it's going to start releasing that little by little. Now, if I would have waited for my pan to be nice and hot, my one side would probably be already almost done. So as you can see, it's already starting to get the little crisp right there. So I'll flip it real quick. And this is just gonna allow for it to all the way unthaw. I mean, I took it straight out the freezer. It wasn't something that you needed to unthaw at all. It was just something we just threw right into the pan, just like you would do a frozen vegetable or something like that. And you just cook this depending on how crispy you like it, how golden you like it. Mine is definitely going to be more golden than this. Like my food a little Cajun. So it's going to be nice and crispy on both sides. This is one of those things where, you know, you're letting this go ahead and cook up a little bit while you're making the plates with the pesto pasta and throwing some salad on the side and just getting ready for these to come out. Just flip it over. So as you can see, it's getting nice and golden and pretty on that side, both sides. And it's almost done. Just take a couple of seconds. Now if you find that your oil is almost going out your pan, I don't have a problem with that because I like it darker than this. But if you like it only about this dark, then add just a little bit more oil, just a drop more. And just check it, you know, see, that's nice and crispy over there. So I might add a little oil actually now because I want it just about that crispy. A little oil over there, a little oil over there. Shake it up nice. And flip it. See, that looks good to me right there. These are going to come out. That was the last time I'm going to flip them. Now, they might have been done to you already, but like I said, I like them to be about this crispy. So this is where we get off. See, look at that side. Nice and crispy. And here is your fried garlic bread. And I promise you, it to me tastes like 1,000 times better than being baked. This is the best bread when it is fried. And you can do this to any bread that you store by that they suggest you put in the oven. I mean, you can put it in the oven and broil it for, you know, on 400 for probably a couple of seconds and take it out. But this is so good to me and I really prefer it this way. Hello everyone, we're back. We are back with our finished product. We have made an asparagus pesto pasta with sun-dried tomatoes and mushrooms, as well as a delightful salad that has several components in it. We'll talk about that once we get to it, in a Texas toast. So I want to zoom you over to the finished meal. This is everything that we've put together. It will go by in probably about 15 minutes, depending on how you pace yourself. So here we have the whole salad that we made that has the romaine lettuce, the red cabbage, the carrots, green and black olives, cherry tomatoes, and green onions. This is the pesto that we made from scratch, that we added some sun-dried tomatoes, mushroom, and asparagus to. And this is the garlic noodles that we just boiled regularly, and then we fried in some olive oil, which I prefer stir-fried oil because it gives a really good flavor to it, with some minced garlic and a little bit of soy sauce. And here we have our Texas toast that we just took out the freezer and went on ahead and fried in a little bit of olive oil to a light brown or a darker brown. And here is the plate of our food with our mushrooms and our pasta. So this is our vegan meal. As you can see, very hearty, very flavorful, colorful, and it will be really good when you eat it. I want to thank you for joining us today. Before we're done though, we're going to finish off with the fried fried bananas, and we're actually going to put them in a pancake batter. So that's up next, and then we're going to join that all together with our meal to have a complete vegan meal.